Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. My name is Godwin Emmanuel. You're welcome to Fxpg Global Forex Trading Academy. And today is the 14th of July, 2022. Before we continue, always remember this, that building career in Forex trading starts with the decision to do all you can against all odds to transform your financial life. By efficiently navigating the financial market, just like the banks and other financial institutions, through the training and mentorship of Fxpg platform. You're welcome. And today we will be looking at this following pairs. We'll be looking at Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY, GPJPY, Usdcad, gold, NASDAQ, and US30. And if you want to join our academy to take our training, regardless of your location, you can visit fxprenurglobal.com.ng. And remember to subscribe, like, share, comment, and turn on your notification button so you will always get information anytime we upload any content. Now let's go straight up to the chart. This is dollar index, and let's go straight to a higher time frame. Yesterday we saw this movement on dollar index, and for us, this was our projection yesterday. So we expected this to trade into this fair value gap here and trade back up to the other block that will be created, which is this other block. But due to news, we had news yesterday and the news had to wick up here, and then which led to this particular move. Then after that, dollar also had to go back up again. All right, now because of the news, it came down here, then it went back up. So we want to also see this continue coming down. Why am I saying this? This is actually a critical level for dollar index, and this critical level for dollar index is what will determine what dollar will do next. And we are optimistic that dollar index is going to go to the sell side. Right, that is what I'm actually expecting. I want them to come down to the sell side. And if you watch here, you will see that we have a kind of an FVG here. All right, the fair value gap is here. So because we have an FVG here, these ones have already happened. So also we'll have this particular level, which is also a critical level. I'll be expecting it to come and get tested. So what I'm expecting from today is I want to see these guys find a way back down here. So this is just a manipulation within during the night. All right, that is the Tokyo Sydney section. Now let's go straight to lower time frame and see what is happening in lower time frame. So this is the lower time frame, 1 hour time frame. I'm taking this out. And here, guys, actually we'll have this particular level and we'll see this thing that has happened. I'm actually looking at something else. I want to see something like this happen. I want to see this straight back down into this fair value gap, go up to take away this liquidity, then do like this, give us a pattern to sell this market down. All right, this is what I will be expecting. This is what I will be expecting from this particular pair. I want to see anything that will make them push back down into this fair value gap here. All right, then flush away this previous liquidity that we'll have here. Once it's been taken out, and then do a kind of a stop hunt then from here we'll know that yes, these guys are ready to go down. So this is what I'm expecting because of the news of yesterday. So it didn't just go down straight, so they want to do some contract gathering and also manipulation, hit stops and other stuffs. So that is what we're expecting from this particular pair. Let's go straight to another one, and this is Euro USD. This was what we analyzed yesterday, that is going to hit this level, then come down here, all right, then go up and hit this level. Of course, we can see that it did happen exactly as we anticipated. So before the news, now look at what happened. It hit this particular level, straight into this fair value gap, and came down and flushed away this liquidity as we analyzed. If you did not watch yesterday record, kindly go back and watch it. You will get good information there that will improve your trading life. That it came down here, hit this particular level, then pull back down up again, all right, and then hit our take profit. So that was when the news started, all right. The news started from somewhere here, so it went here to hit our take profit. Then after the take profit, we see the market also went back to go and close all the fair value gap, that were all the imbalances that was created. So it went back there and closed it. Then after that, we start seeing this market coming down. So when it was coming down, most of us will look at this particular level here, which we call the critical. We'll look at a kind of a fair value gap here between this level and this level, and we are looking at them to see if they can take this market from this level up. So we also wanted to do this and go up. But then what they did was they came back, because it was actually getting contract in the night, but they were just flushing down. Only woke up to see the market here. And right now, what we're looking at in this particular market is our bias is actually the upside. It's still the upside. I'm not going to sell Euro USD for any reason, no matter how they manipulate the price, because I know definitely these guys are going to kind of take this market to the opposite side, and that is why we are looking at them. That is why you see most of this manipulation taking place right now, so they can hit stops and clear the board, then reverse the market. So that is what we're actually looking at here. So let me take this out so that we can have our analysis for today, have our bias for today. So I'm taking this out, then we'll go back to a higher time frame and see what we're looking at in a higher time frame, like 4 hours. I always take my analysis from weekly, daily, then 4 hours. All right, being that this is what we've been doing every time, so we'll narrow it down to 4 hours, so we can actually get a good value for that. So this level here we see is a weekly fair value gap, all right, and here is daily order block. Then here, as this thing has actually happened, we are expecting this market to do something. If you watch, if this market trades into this level and finally maybe close here around 6 p.m. around 6 o'clock, and then decide to like trade back again, it might also flush back down this particular low, right, based on what we are seeing now. But then I will not be going down low with them. I will expect a manipulation that will take it up. And today by 1:30 we also will have a USD news today by 1:30. So guys, be mindful of that. And this particular news, I will be expecting USD to weaken seriously. So I would like to see something like this again happen. All right, back to this particular level, taking away this particular level. I think I will be expecting to see that happen. I want to see that manipulation possibly today. So that is what I'm looking at here. So let's go on to a lower time frame and see if there's something we can have hold on. So I want to see this here. Okay, if we close this, I have a fair value gap here. And also I have the wall where the price here, somewhere here. Okay, so I would like to see a trade into this particular level, right? And a push down to take away this level. Okay, now this is the first bias. This is the first bias. Then from here, I will be looking for a buy movement. This is the first bias. All right, as I'm looking at this is a worst case scenario. What will happen in worst case scenario? In worst case scenario, this is what is likely to happen. Then also another bias is this. I want to see this also happen. It's trading into this particular level. Once it's trade into this particular level, all right, then pull back down, get mitigated by this water taking away this low. Why? Because this level already has been taken out. This is the news has taken out this particular level. As you can see, this is actually a liquidity grab. All right, so I'm actually expecting this to when it comes down here, but not taking out this particular low, maybe get mitigated by another block in a lower time frame, then find its way up to break, to trade into this level here, which is a fair value gap here, then flush down, all right, and go up. This is also another bias of mine. So these are the two bias I'm having here. All right, I want to see this guy straight into this level here without obeying this particular fair value gap here. All right, then flush down without flushing down. Then the first one is trading into this and flushing down. So we'll be so careful on Euro USD if you want to buy it, especially as you this time around you have to wait to see what plays out of this market before you take any buyers. So I will be expecting to see this based on what I'm seeing. If the news did not give all this manipulation, that means they are ready to go up. If this news give all this manipulation to this level, then they are 100% ready to go to the upside. So this is what I will be expecting from this particular pair. And let's go straight up to another one. Let's go straight to another pair. So like what I'm seeing here, I love this. If this continues and give us a kind of a fair value gap in between this level, that means they have to come and trade into that level and then cover up the remaining plays that they have here. So I think this bias, all right, and this bias is a worst case scenario, but this bias is actually a very amazing bias based on what we are seeing in the market at this particular time, because we trade what we see and not what we feel. I think this settles it. And watch here, watch out for this level. This level here is important. This level here is important. Let me use this. This is the level I'm talking about here. This level is an important level to them. Once it gets to this level, this market is likely to pull back to up to 50%, all right, before it continues a move up. Once it gets to that particular level, market is likely to pull back to at least 50%, all right? So guys, this is what I'm actually expecting from this pair. Let's go straight to another pair. That is Gbpusd. Gbpusd, this is the pair we actually milked yesterday too. And let's go straight to a lower time frame. This news actually destabilized a lot of things, a lot of things. yesterday, so many traders were confused when they saw this move down, when they saw this move, because nobody actually anticipated that. All right. So this news really came back down here and traded into this particular level here, which is what the demand level. All right. So and up back here again. All right, so we actually saw this and we enjoyed this market. Now, so you can see trader liquidity is already taken out and they came back down, cruising into this level. And we would like to see them also continue going up. But let's go straight to a higher time frame like 4 hours and see what we are looking at of this pair. Now, these guys have been able to pull down to this level, right, after the yesterday incident. So they've been able to pull, this was the news, and they have to go back and cover it. Now, this particular move is very, very strong to show that, man, these guys are actually ready to do what they need for. And if you watch here, between this level and this level, there is something that most persons neglected that actually led to that particular movement of that particular news manipulation that yesterday. So if you watch here, we'll have a fair value gap in 4 hours here. All right, look at it here. So market traded into this fair value gap and now came down, but failed to remove this particular level. It failed to remove this particular level, and simply because it has failed to remove the particular level, if it happens to break a structure, all right, to this upside, then we know that that level can no longer hold again. So market went into this fair value gap here. Then when you trade into this fair value gap here, it sold back down. It sold back down. And here also, we have this level, this fair value gap is almost closed. All right. So these guys, we were still expecting these guys to do what they know how to do best, as in going back to the upside. So that is what I'm looking at here. I'm seeing my bias is still intact on this particular pair. I'm looking forward for a reversal. Euro USD, I'm looking for a reversal. GPUSD, I'm looking for a reversal. All right. And USD card, I'm looking forward for a sell, right? And this thing is simply because I've seen that the dollar index has gotten to a level whereby they can actually kind of go down. Then most of the currencies where dollar USD is actually a base currency, I will be expecting a sell. Most of them where dollar index is actually a good currency, I'll be expecting a buy. So that is just it. So that's what my bias is to actually be like a Oxy USD, right? That's I'm talking about AUD. Then I will talk about like AUD. I will actually be looking at a buy. All right. So these are just things I just want what actually have I'm actually looking at. Let's go straight up to what we're doing. Now we have seen this, and guys, if you watch here, you see that in this place we have this. This is the previous week low, and market has been dangling around this size. Market took away this liquidity, closing below the low, and below this down here, I have no gap. There is no gap in H4. There is no gap in daily. There is no gap in weekly. So we are optimistic that this market is going to reverse to the upside. That is what I'm actually looking at. So being that this is what I'm actually looking at, I'm going to go to on that time frame so I can be able to tell us exactly what we're expecting to happen for having known that this was the reason why markets did what it did based on the news manipulation yesterday. So let's go straight to 2 hours time frame and see if we're looking at something on 2 hours. In 2 hours time frame, we'll have something here. Between here and here, there's a fair value gap. Market are trading into this fair value gap. All right. So let's go in. This 1 hour. It's trading. It created a gap here too. So it's in 1 hour time we can actually tell what wants to happen here. Now we'll have a trend line liquidity here. We'll have a trend line liquidity there. This one has been grabbed. So I'm taking this out. So if this fails, now we'll have an FVG here. So if this fails to take away this low, that means they are ready to go up for the upside. If it fails to take away this low, that is why we're having this reaction we're having there now. And let's go to a lower time frame and check out what we'll have in the lower time frame, like 45 minutes, like 30 minutes. Markets have given us a fair value here. So it did not break a major structure, it broke a minor structure. So let's watch out and see what will happen here. Just like I told us that I will still be anticipating this to have a pullback to the downside a bit. But once this level is taken out now, I'm 100% optimistic that it's going to go to the upside. I don't actually analyze charts on the lower time frame. Just want to see what is happening there. My analysis ends at 1 hour. Most time 4 hours. We'll have this. Actually pulling back. So like I said, that I want to see this fair value gap filled. All right, so yeah, something like this. I want to see something like this. Then back down into this level. Break a structure, come back down. Look at this way. I'll be expecting to have this particular move. This is actually what I'm expecting to have, right? This is the first bias. So this is to us. We'll have this fair value gap here. We'll have another one here. So market are trading into this fair value gap. I would like to see a push back down, get mitigated by this particular order block that is here. So this is what I'm actually expecting to see on this particular pair. But then if peradventure we see this market breaks above this level, then when it gets to this particular zone here, it's likely to pull back before it will continue the move up, right? If it breaks this particular zone. But this is what I'm actually looking at based on this analysis. And also, let's go to a higher time frame for our time frame. Like we say, market have traded into the particular zone, and ideally, market is supposed to do this. This is what the market is supposed to do when it trades into this particular zone, right? This zone here, which is the fair value gap, trade into this particular zone, then come down below this zone, this level, do a manipulation here, give us a quasi pattern or something, then find its way to the upside. This is what the market was supposed to do. But based on what we're seeing on dollar index, and that is it has gotten to a particular level where weekly OB, daily OB, 4 hours OB. So we are to a great level, certain that they might not get to this level. But if in worst case scenario, the news for today push it back to this level, do not panic, guys. They will find a way to take the market back up. That means they want to come up, come to this particular order block that we'll have here before reversing the market. But me, I'm not thinking of selling GP pairs. I will only look for a buy opportunity on GP pairs. I'm going to the next one, which is Gbpjpy. Gbpjpy played out exactly as analyzed. Like I told us yesterday that we'll have two buyers for Gbpjpy, and I told us the first bias and the second bias. Look at the first bias is to get to this level, then pull back to this particular level. And of course, it came back to that particular level, then pulled back to this particular level. So that means there's a fair value gap here that we say it will trade into, then. So we also have second bias, and the second bias is it might go below the fair value gap and come and hit this particular OB that we'll have in a lower time frame. So this was what we analyzed yesterday, and so you can see it actually delivering as it was analyzed. So right now I'm taking this out so that we can look at what we are expecting for today. No market is the same. No market is the same. Even if the pairs are the same, you know, like they are same pairs, they are always please always maybe the same base currency. No market is the same. That is why you won't use a particular bias in one to judge the other. We'll have this trend line as the liquid that have to be grabbed later. We'll have our set stop liquidity. All right. And this was the high that we had. The market traded back down to this level. Then when it was here, most of us anticipated that they should grab this liquidity. That's never happened. So though they had this movement here. So we're expecting to trade into this zone and flush down. So they only did this here, trade into this zone here and flush down, then created this one, then trade into this fair value gap to take away this particular high. And which was done, they took away this high and this high, and create also under fair value gap here to take away this particular high. As you can see, they've done that. And now, when they came to this level, because of this particular movement, no fair value gap was created, yet they kept pushing this particular market high. So as you can see, market is actually doing what it should. I'm taking this out. So what are we then looking at? Let's go straight to the higher time frame, like 4 hours. You can see what is happening in 4 hours. Great. So let me have my trend line drawn. I really want to see. Okay. And it's 2 touches. 1, 2. Good. 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 We have this. This is 3 hours. We'll have fair value gap here. We'll have kind of a break here. We'll have liquidity is resting above here. is buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity. Let's go to 2 hours. Let's see if we can see something there. 2 hours will not see that as an average. 1 hour. We'll have this level. So I'm going to map out the other block there. Then I have this particular level because I want to see reason for them to flush this high, take away this liquidity and this liquidity. So we're having this. I don't know if it will come down. I'd like to see if there's a level it has printed. Like in 4 to 5 minutes. Does not printed any level. 30 minutes. Oh shit. 15 minutes. I want to see a reason to flush this high. Good. It has printed here, so that means they may not pull back down much just to go up and take away that liquidity. Okay, let's look at a higher time frame to avoid market noise. So anything that is happening here, maybe this market might close like this, or possibly give us a kind of a bearish candle. Then another bearish candle, another candle that will open and trade into this particular level. Then we'll have a push up to take away this liquidity to get to this level. So this is what I will be expecting. So I want to see this candle close, then and once it's closed, maybe and then trade into this particular level here. Then I got my movement up. So this is the zone I will be expecting. Then here also I will have my other block here. Okay. So I would like to take this movement up. Why retail traders will be looking for to sell this particular market down from this particular level, I will be looking for to buy it to take away their stops. So that is why we institutional traders will do opposite of what retail traders do, right? So this is the level I'm looking at. We can take away all the trend line liquidity, then get mitigated by this particular order block. Then we'll find a way to do what? To come down afterwards. Find a way to come down afterwards, something like this. Okay. So taking this out, let's happen we can. Good. That is what I'm expecting from this pen. Let's go straight to another one. That is USD card has taken out this liquidity. So we anticipated that USD card needs to like give us a flush above this level. All right. So what they did, they gave us flush above this particular level, but this level was not taken out. So now, based on that, what are we looking at today? We are reactive, not predictive. So I'm taking this out. And yeah, don't forget, guys, that when this market trades into this average, you're supposed to do what? Take away this high. But it did not take away this high. So when it stops here, all right, this gives us what? A failure swing from this level. All right. So when it broke this place here, we know that this is a failure swing. After we identify this level now as a failure swing, all right, because it's supposed to go back up and take away this high. So now when it came back and break this level, this becomes a failure swing. So it has to trade back into what? Into this other block. Because it's a failure swing, it came back to this particular other block that we'll have here. All right. Then and pull back down. So that is why we'll have this. Okay. And let's go to a lower time frame so we can see something. That was why we'll have this. Because this is now a failure swing. So it didn't take away, couldn't take away this particular high again. And that was why we'll have this. And the news we had yesterday did manipulate to this particular level and do what? And come down. Here, we'll have this break. Then between here and here, we'll have a little fair value gap. It trade into it and will to flush below this particular level. So we're looking at this level now as a what? As a sell stop liquidity that needs to be taken out. Is a sell stop liquidity that needs to be taken out. So let's go to a lower time frame, 1 hour, to see what is happening in 1 hour. Now, in lower time frame, guys, we are seeing this. We see that between here and here is what? Because it's broke a structure here, this become a fair value gap. All right. Now, because we have fair value gap there, that's between this level and that level. So we know what we are looking at is a fair value gap. So market needed to trade into this level. All right. I always like it when you trade into this zone, it should give me up to 50% Fibonacci. Look at it at 50%. All right. I have my sell. So I always like it that way. And I would like them to flush below this level. So what am I looking at now as my buyers? I want to see this happen. Back down. Take away this liquidity. Let me check something from the left hand side. Good. Take away that liquidity. Between here and here, there is also what we call the fair value gap here. All right. There's a IVG here. What is this level here? Now, based on that, we'll be having this. I'd like to have this push down into this IVG, right? Then push back up, then push back down. Have to go to a higher time frame. Into this level. Trend line liquidity. This is a block. What would like to come, let it come here. By coming here now, it has already removed this trend line liquidity, and that is what we want to see on this pair. We would love to see this pair. So let's go straight to another one, which is gold. We'll analyze this on gold, and as all of us can see, gold has actually done a serious top front, a very serious one. All right. If you go to 4 hours, you see this as a pin. So as 3 hours, look at it as a pin. Just like I told us beginning of this particular week that all my buyers, man, is going to be a buy bias. I will be looking for a sell trade on gold. So I stopped selling gold since last week. Start looking for a buy setup. Now we'll have this. Now, this is what I see as stop hunt. Stop hunt. I've also seen something here as break of market structure. This level I see as a break of market structure BOX or BMX. Then we have a pullback to fill this fair value gap here. And also, if you want, there is a gap between here and here. Let's go to lower time frame. There's a gap between this and this. Market came back and filled it. All right. It also created a small gap between here and here. And we actually want to see this analysis continue the way it is now. I want to really see this continue. So this is what I want to see. I want to see this to continue. I want to see a break of this structure, then a return back to this level, then give me a move, a push high. And if you watch, I would like you to give me this. This is what I would be expecting from this particular pair, right? Then if you go to 2 hours, I saw something on 2 hours, which I'm not neglecting. As you can see, between here and here, there's a fair value gap here. All right. Now there's a fair value gap here. So I want to see it straight into this fair value gap. This is what we're looking at. But I want to see it, okay, that come into the fair value gap, it has closed it. So it has closed it. It did not create any other distance. And if you go to a lower time frame, I don't know if there is a block here. Let's go to a lower time frame like 30 minutes and see. No block. And this is something like a block. Good, I've gotten, which is this level here. All right, so I'm gonna see them come back and take away this particular level. So I have this fair value gap here. It trade into it, it pulls down. There is no fair value gap there. So I would like to see something like this happen back here to this level, then give us a pattern to go up. So this is the level where we'll be looking for to go up, just as we've analyzed in higher time frame. Okay. So we want to see something like that. All right, something like that. Good. So let's go to the next pair, which is NASDAQ. This was what we analyzed yesterday. There's a fair value gap here that has to hit it, this fair value gap, then flush back to this particular level. Did it give us that? Yes, of course, it delivered that. Look at the point. And this particular point, they've taken away the liquidity level, just like I told you guys, that they have to take away that liquidity. So this liquidity is already swept off. So we're not expecting this guy to do what? To give us a push back up. All right. So that is the level. So I believe some of our students must have bought this market from here based on this analysis, and they must have been in profit even as you speak. So this is number one. The number two is I want to get to see something from the other side. What is that? We're seeing something called the trend line liquidity. Let's go to lower time frame. Taking this out, all this has actually played out. This level is still valid. It has been mitigated. Let's go to a higher time frame, like daily. Check out something on daily. We'll have a fair value gap here. So markets manipulate into the fair value gap here, which is between this level and this level. Sorry. That's the reason for the manipulation. So it trade into this level. Then after that, started giving us a push up. So personally, I would like to see this movement up to this level now. Personally, I would like to see this movement up to this level now. Taking this out to avoid confusion. This is what I would like to see, right? It has given us quasi, head and shoulder, right? It's not quasi. So I don't know see this guy, but this though this height is not taken out, but I would like to see this happen actually in a long run. But for now, what are we looking at for now? Any reason to buy will be a nice one. Now we understand what we're looking at. Wanna there is a fair value gap here. 15 minutes, 5 minutes. There's a gap here, yeah, identified. There's also a gap here, little one, small one. Okay. Let's go up there. Here is an FVG, trade into this FVG, a push back down into this particular FVG, then a push back up. I would like to see something like this happen. Eyeing this level. This is actually news, and I'm seeing buy side liquidity here. So I'm actually expecting this, or possibly back to the particular level here. Yeah. US30. US30 delivered exactly as analyzed. As you can see, this 1 hour, because of this fair value gap here, we see it's going to trade back into this fair value gap and come down. So it trade back into this fair value gap, right? Now got mitigated by the particular order block here, then flushed down, then came back up, trade into this particular fair value gap here, then flushed down, but it has not taken away this particular level. And as you can see, it's created a kind of fair value gap here, but I would like to see a break of market structure here before I think of going to the upside. I'd like to see something like this. Or something like that. This is what I would like to see so I can continue with my previous bias, which is still valid, right? Which is still valid. So this is what I'm expecting from this particular pair. Guys, this is where we draw the cut into analysis today. Do have a wonderful day and trade with caution, please. Thank you very much and remain blessed. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, share. If there's any topic you like, anything you like us to cover, or any pair you want us to add to our daily analysis pair, kindly put that in the chat box so we can give attention to that. So thank you very much and remain blessed.